Today we're going to be trying to give Boros Convoke a run for its money with our own version of Azorius Convoke. That's right, guys. Today we're going to try to give Boros Convoke a run for its money, but in the colors of Azorius, doing very similar things. This actually was a mono white token deck that I started out building, and it was built around Elishnorn, a really good card that if it's not answered really quickly, can end games fast with its ability to flip over, create these incubation tokens, and then attack in with double strike. It's a really good card, and typically on Saga number 2, you're ending games with this thing. So that was what I kind of wanted to build the deck around today. And it was mono white, but I splashed in blue because this card, guys, Protect the Negotiators, has been a life-saving MVP card because there are a lot of decks out there running sweepers. And if you can counter the sweeper in the right spot, you're going to win the game. Or you can just tempo out the opponent. You get down your board a full board of creatures, little 1/1s, keep attacking the opponent's face over and over again, and just hold it. Hold it and wait, because eventually you're going to need it on a big spell, and then you just win the game on the next attack. Now, we've obviously got other things that can be played at instant speed, like reinforcements, so that way if you're holding up a Negotiators, you don't want to play it and they don't cast anything, you can always just cast another Resolute Reinforcements, and that'll take up that mana. But early on here, guys, we actually have a Toxic game plan too, with the Chorus and the Hive. It's very often that we actually get the lifelink off of the Hive, and in late games can really change the pacing of the game, especially when everything's getting pumped up with the Evangelist battle cry. We've also got the Gateway Express, which can blow something up and then also pump our field. And we got Wedding Announcement. So sometimes our tokens are naturally going to be like 3-4 power. And then if we get the lifelink, I mean, late game, it's going to be a wrap. Of course, we got the Mondrak, and we are a Convoke deck because of the Knight. The Knight is the reason why we call it Boros Convoke, and that's because this thing can convoke itself onto the battlefield and fetch you out some more creatures from your deck. Now, we don't have a ton of creatures, but you're almost always going to find something with the Knight. I did whiff once or twice, but for the most part, you're going to find something pretty helpful with this thing. So it's a good way to get card advantage going. But anyways, guys, super fun list. I actually had a lot of success with this one, so I think you guys will as well. Enjoy. Peace. All right, here we go, guys. The goal today is to cast and flip over an Elishnorn. Opening hand here, not keepable, unfortunately. It's just a bit too slow of a start for us. This, on the other hand, pretty darn good. We should be able to get some value out of these Knights because we have a good way to get the field kind of flooded with creatures early. So far, this deck has been pretty nuts. We've been having some great games. Adding the blue for our counterspell has been proven to be game winning in a lot of cases for us. So that's been nice. All right, I love that we drew that for turn 2, but I really need to find another land here to get down the Evangelist to get this party started. And that would leave us for Convoke mana. Let's see, that would leave us 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough. Do I block here? No, not yet. Not yet. I think there'll be better things for us to block. Hopefully no crime being committed here, because if it gets up to 3 power, I won't be able to hit it with the case next turn. Oh, okay. Target creature you don't control, but not a planeswalker. Okay, they create the devil. Decline that. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Let's play that out, or what? What should we do here? Yeah, I think so. I think so. And then no attacks yet. Well, that's the thing, right? If I attack the devil, it's just gonna throw that one fireball probably at the Evangelist, which will give me another flyer. I mean, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. I don't love it though. I mean, it's a really good problem for us to have to overcome for them. You hate to see it. All right, get the other bat. We're looking okay. Let's see if they create that devil or not. That's fine. I've got the case, actually. That's actually not bad at all. We decline this.
Plead for mercy.
And we decline this. We go down to 11, 10, 8. Tough.
Is my
Very tough. All right, so we go here. You say goodbye to your Shieldred. 2 hits here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's do this. Actually, yeah. 1, 2, 3. That's not great. I only got 1 creature out of the deal. Should be fine though. Let's go ahead and hit this, get rid of it. I'll probably discard a card now at this point. I can't really afford to take much more damage here. Tricky little game though, man. They are finding ways to ping us for damage. The Raven man. All right, so if I discard a card, they get a Raven.
Pleasure doing.
The 1/1 that can't block. Yeah, I think it's worth it though. I can't afford to take much more damage. That's what I gotta save it where I can get it, because the Skrell's Hive pinging us for 1 every turn 2 is gonna get problematic for us at some point here. That's actually super clutch. Okay. I need to get the lifelink off of this. I also need to get the case. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna just do it, man. We're gonna go these 2 here. These 3 here, because again, I need to poison them. And I need to get that lifelink rolling out. And everything needs to get pumped up. Yeah, this is the only answer I can see. All right, now everything's gonna be pumped up by 1, so I can take care of the Ob Nixilis next turn, but I will have to either make a discard here or take the damage. I might be more inclined to take the damage now because I've got all that lifelink, and these things are now 2 power per shot. I think we got him, man, only because we have the counter spell. We can counter any Shieldreds or any sort of nonsense. That's, yeah, that's not good because that pings us for more damage as well. That indicates to us no sweeper, which is nice. All right, down to 4, about to be 3. But we're gonna gain a lot of life this turn, hopefully. Let's go! And they did not like that, man. They said lifelink, no way, baby. Let's go, dude. What a game. Good start. Okay, the opponent goes first. We've got a pretty interesting starting hand here. I've got a good turn 1, turn 2. If we find lands, we got a sweet situation brewing here. What? Investigate. If this spell is cast from your graveyard, investigate twice instead. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and attack here. Hopefully they use that clue token, it looks like. Okay, counterspell. Eventually they're gonna run out of those though, right? Let's just keep the pressure on. And we should be able to get the toxic up to 3 pretty quickly here too, which is nice. Surely they're gonna run out of counterspells though, right? Surely, surely, surely. Another land is a bit scary. I really, really want this to land, especially if like Fading Hope. Okay. That's pretty ugly. All right, I need them to counter my reinforcements this next turn. So we'll end the turn. I need them to counter the reinforcements, which will open up hopefully a turn 3 spell, maybe on the Evangelist, or a wedding announcement would probably be better. But I need them to counter this to open things up a bit. They let it slide though, which makes things awkward for sure. I'm just gonna keep playing small ball until I think that they've run out of counters. That's good. Let's go. I mean, that was pretty easy. I just didn't think they expected as much juice as we had so early on. And they didn't hit their land drop, so GG. All right, we go first with a sweet looking hand here. This looks really good. Glad we got our 3rd land drop this time around. And we got the counter spell. This couldn't be any better, to be honest. Could not be better. Well, I guess if we had that in the opening hand, it could have been, but we won't talk about that. All right, I don't love that this is Gruul though, because that might be some big creatures that we're gonna have a tough time getting around. We'll see, I guess. Okay, so no kill spells, no burn spells. This should do pretty well for us, but I kind of want to go with Resolute Reinforcements here. So let's play this out. Hold the Resolute Reinforcements, and at worst case scenario, they play something we don't like, we can always counter it. I don't think the wedding announcement, it was time yet. Not yet. Did they miss a land drop? No, they did not. They got a Surveil land. Oh, and this also brings back their land. Okay, so they're ramping. They are ramping. But they take the turn off to play that land out, which is just a little bit of a downside to that land. All right, we're in there. Let's go. Now we've also got the option here of going with the knight. Huh. Which I'm not opposed to be honest. Let's just do that. Let's just go grab a bunch of extra cards here and just hold my counter spells completely open here. Oh my gosh. Really? That's crazy. All right. That seems a bit unlikely, but okay. I don't think I've ever missed a knight, much less a 5 mana knight. That's crazy. You can have the Spelunking. That's not detrimental to our game or anything, so you can have that. That's fine. Comes in on tap because of the Spelunking, which is very convenient. All right, here we go. Gonna play out the reinforcements, go even wider, and we're just gonna send the attacks, man. So I think, honestly, we're set up to the point now where I can just attack every turn and then just hold the counter spell. I mean, we can win the game very easily that way. So maybe that's what we'll try to do. And now we've got the lifelink too built up. It's basically sweeper or bust for the opponent, and they don't have the means to do that with me holding a counterspell in hand. So this game should be over. They do gain life off of that though, actually. Putting them to what? 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have exactly lethal. Of course, if they don't have another one of those. And we do get one more body here too off of this. That'll do it, man. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to burn down a house or Brotherhood's End or something like that, and we're just going to counter it for the win. Or not. Or it's going to be spot removal on the knight, which will buy them at least one more turn, so good on them for that. GG's, my friend. GG's. That would have been a really sick card to land, but unfortunately for them, we had the nuts, man. We had the nuts. Oh, man, that counterspell had, I'm telling you guys, has won me more games than you'll ever imagine. All right, I get to go first. This is probably too many counterspells. I love the card, don't get me wrong. I think the game heard me, but that's too many. This is better. I got an Elish Norn, which I really do want to flip at some point today, man, because this is a card I've kind of built this deck around. I think it's a pretty sweet card. Let's see what we got going here. Green? But what is this exactly? Uncharted Haven? Okay. That means they're definitely going to be multicolored in a lot of ways, I'm sure. Oh yeah, it's legendaries. Okay. Legendary creatures. Those that gets out of hand pretty fast. Oh man, and we missed our land drop. That's probably gonna do it, to be honest. Missing a land drop there is absolutely terrible. This might be a free win for the opponent. You got it. You got it. 3 damage, no problem. Oh man, GG's, GG's. I don't know why we wouldn't concede here. I guess let's just take one more card and see what happens. But at this point, playing Wedding Announcement next turn, it's still we're way too far behind. I do the auto pass thing here, but there we go. All right, the opponent taking quite a bit of time here, which is unfortunate because I'm pretty much dead in the water and want to concede, but I do want to give it at least one more shot here at the top deck and see just what happens. Gwenna being able to double its abilities, is that a thing? I actually never thought about that. No blocks, you got it. That'll do it. Sometimes the shuffler wants to hand you an auto L just to keep you humble, and this one this one went that way, so GG. All right, we got a little bit of that shuffler humble pie there, but this hand looks really good. A lot better than the last one for sure. Crawling Chorus right into the Hive is gonna get us to that lifelink very early and put a lot of pressure on the opponent, hopefully. They're tapped out, but there are Azorius, so let's expect those sweepers. The earlier we can get things like the Hive and the Wedding Announcement down, the better, because we can reload the board on sweepers. That hurt a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that hurt a little bit. Oh, that hurt a lot, actually. Okay, I'm gonna play this, though, in case of counterspells. That's a bummer and a half, dude. Disenchant? That's a crazy turn, too. That's a crazy turn, too. All right, that's a really good find. Let's see what happens when we attack. The extra card seems like a good idea, but so does widening up this board a little bit. A Thopter. All right, I'm glad we didn't go full commit there on that because we do lose the 1, but at least it's replenishing itself here. And we are gonna go with... Well, now this is actually making me think this is something else, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Just in case I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know if it's artifacts or if it's gonna be control. But we're gonna play safe here and get down the enchantments. We've already got him to 2 toxic, so if we can get him to 1 more, we're good to go. Interesting choice not to attack by the opponent. That's a great find. That's a great find. Does it land? I'm kind of baiting them here with this play. All right. Oh, because it's got flash now because of this. That's so good. That's so good. All right. We just played against this deck not that long ago and did really well against it because we were just so aggressive. I'm hoping we get the same results here. Take that out. Now we could get the lifelink. There's so many things we could do here that I'm not sure what I should do because I'd like to turn this thing on because this is gonna flip too, so our things are gonna be pretty big. I don't know, man. Is that the right play? It feels like the right play, but then again, I want to go get... Nah. It's got to be an attack, right? Get the lifelink, get everything bigger. Nice, and we get rewarded with a great 2-mana spell here. Thank goodness for that. That was huge. All right, can that take enchantments? I think so. That's fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. Casket's fine too, because that doesn't turn on the simulacrums, but it does make that bigger. Taking away all my lifelink. Not very cool of them. Another Wedding Announcement. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I am going to go with this, though, because the bigger I can make my creatures, the better. We're gonna battle cry starting next turn with that, so that'll be good. And they're down to 6. We should be able to close next turn, I hope. We're wide enough that I think we can get this job done. Another Simulacrum that was gonna cascade pretty fast, so we gotta close this out now. It all comes down to what this last card in their hand is. I don't think it's gonna be anything big enough to turn on the Simulacrum because of course it is. It's actually the best thing they could have had. All right, cool. That was the best card they could have had. All right, they got 4 blockers to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. So one of them is getting through with the battle cry. They are top decking now though too, which is very good. So we might need to take another turn here just to kind of see what we can get. Let's see what we can get here. Elish Norn, not bad. Elish Norn, not bad. All right, let's get that down. And say go. We got a couple chump blockers, so we're not dead if they want to swing all here, but oh man, this is gonna get kind of crazy. Oh no, we're gonna have to block with Elish Norn and all of my bigger things. But if they swing everybody here, they're dead. So that was scary. I'm not gonna lie. Glass casket off the top is kind of nutty. At least it wasn't another one of these though. That would have been even worse. All right. All right, we're taking 11, but then you're dead. You sure you want to do that? And you have no mana to pay for the Elish Norn damage, which is going to be so funny to win with. Actually, you're dead regardless, huh? Because of the Elish Norn's ability to deal damage. It's 2 life unless they pay 1 for each thing that they kill. GG's, man. Would have been really nice to flip over the Elish Norn, though. Would have had a really nice time doing that, but opponent had other plans. All good. All good. Those Simulacrums, man, they get out of hand very quickly. Now, I've also tried that too, what the opponent just did there a while back, and it doesn't actually do them much good in the initial part of that play because it becomes a synthesizer, but it's not entering the battlefield, so you're not getting the triggers off of everything else. Just food for thought in the future for you guys. Okay, what do we think about this one? Opponent gets to go first. I think it's a keepable hand. I mean, we've got the Skrell's Hive into a wedding announcement if we get a land. The curve is nice. Let's hope we're not under too much pressure too early here, because that'd be bad. All right, good. We're looking good. Looks like the mirror, maybe control. We might see a bat here. Okay, not the mirror. Oh, I'm so happy we drew that. That's going to be very helpful. That lands with no counterspells. I've been seeing a lot of 2-mana counterspells going around again. Make disappear, negates. I've been seeing a lot of that nonsense again. There's a while in a period where we weren't seeing that so much. All right. Definitely going wedding announcement here. Maybe holding a counterspell might have been the play, but I'm gonna just go ahead and jump the gun on that. So Rowan, really quick, spells you cast this turn cost X less to cast for the amount of life that you lost this turn. So they've taken 2 damage and they've got 2 floating mana. So they've actually got 6 mana to work with here. Which leads me to believe again that I should have maybe held my counter spell open because this is going to be a big spell. Oh, these all take pain? Oh, wow. So 2, 4... 6, 8 mana potentially. Potentially 8 mana. Wow, okay.
Enough talking.
Good on you, man. That's pretty sweet. I can't lie to you. That's pretty freaking sweet. I like that combo a lot, actually. Wouldn't mind stealing that, but it feels like it's a big double-edged sword play, though. Taking a lot of pain to play those lands. No way, man. No way you got Chandra down on turn 4 and then you conceded. What are we even talking about? Okay, so after thinking about it, I think I might have a theory on what just happened there. I think the opponent probably, the way they were like kind of tapping their mana and going back and forth, I'm guessing that the opponent was trying to figure out a way to use that extra mana with Chandra, and they had something in their hand they wanted to cast and realized they didn't have enough mana to cast it, and then felt like they needed a shame scoop or something. I'm not 100% sure, but that's kind of what it felt like. But anyways, if they would have just minus there, I think they, you know, blowing up my board, and they would have been good. Getting down Chandra there was crazy. I definitely should have held a counterspell open. Holding a counterspell would have saved me a lot of pain. All right, not too sure what I want to see off the top of my deck here, but with this mana and our curve, this is not going to be good. They're off to a pretty fast start here. And they scryed to the top. That's brutal. That's pretty brutal. All right. Evangelist. That's what we were gonna do, man. That's what we were gonna do, but we're a turn behind, of course. So leave it to us to be just a step behind our opponent here. Fun Boros Convoke build the opponent's got. I could surprise them with this, but I still think I want to go Evangelist here because I can go ahead and replenish my board after I make these blocks next turn. I could go ahead and block everything, and then these two things would become obviously more tokens for us to use, and then I can go ahead and maybe get away with a case. Yeah, I mean, they're cruising, guys. They're cruising along pretty well here. They just got to go first, unfortunately. I think that was the deciding factor of this game. It be like that sometimes. All right, well, they're definitely overcommitting to one creature here, which is fair. Play defense for now. Man. I guess let's do this. And see if we can get lucky. Pretty good cards here. All right, we've got the counter spell. We've got a good case, but we're not going to be able to take out the inner sky anytime soon. Oh, GG's. Yeah, I see why they're so excited to emote on us. Oh, man. That'll do it. A very similar build to what we're doing. They just had the luxury of going first. And that'll happen sometimes. They had a killer start too. Not bad. GG's. GG's. Adding a Warden of the Inner Sky to our build actually might not be the worst idea. Alright, we're going second here. Oh man, they had to give me a turn 1 there. Okay, we'll wait though. I still think it's gonna be reinforcements turn 1 that we gotta prioritize here. Bronco. Do we double block or do we single block here? Because there's a good chance the opponent might hit us with removal, which in fact we know they will hit us with removal now. The Bronco's such a cool card, man. I really like that card a lot. Invasion of Gobakon. Gonna make something a little bit more expensive on us here. So I guess it's gonna be the Evangelist or the Wedding Announcement, and we'll play the other one, whichever one they decide not to take. They take Evangelist, which is the one I didn't want them to take, so good on them for doing that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough for that. Okay. Gonna be the Wedding Announcement. gonna be the announcement. All right, let's force a kill spell out of their hand here, so they can't just sit on that all day. Okay, or that. That's also pretty bad.
The Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. I have got new moves to teach you.
Land is cool, but we need some help here. Okay, we've got the triple block if we need. Bad matchup here, huh? Interesting. All right, we will do this again to hopefully force out that removal spell from their hand. They've got something. There it is. That's what we were expecting. All right, so we reload with two tokens. And they get a 2/2 as well.
May your blade strike true.
Getting an Evangelist here is nice. All right, here's where we can probably turn this game around a little bit, hopefully. Get the knight down. And looks like they've got a kill spell, of course. Fun stuff. All right, well, we're gonna reload our hand here a little bit, which is good. Both cards are great. And we've still got a block, at least for the Bronco. But if they put a 1/1 counter on their Samurai, they can flip the Gobakon, which is what the real issue I'm having here is. But they don't put the 1/1 counter. Okay, oh, but they find a cut down. They find a cut down. I mean, good for them, I guess. They let me declare blocker. Sweet, thank you. Much appreciated. I don't know what's going on here, but I think we're doing a pretty okay job, to be honest. Because the Bronco's been bleeding them out quite a bit here, which is awesome. We might actually be able to sneak up on here on this opponent and just get the W nice and easy. They've got a lot of mana to work with though, so I would expect Sorin. Or not. Or not. That's cool too. Let's go Evangelist again, right into another knight. And then hopefully the next turn I can win. That'd be cool. Hopefully, we'll see. We shall see. All right, they've got a kill spell for the Evangelist. I will get another flying bat though. Oh my gosh, and we whiffed again. Not again, dude. Oh my goodness. That's tough. That is tough. All right, they get down another Trespasser. Dude, we're going so wide though. Like this is going extremely well. But them killing the other Evangelist might set me back another turn here to close this game out. All right, they're really trying to combat our tokens with tokens. All right, that's not terrible. Man, I really want to get Elishnorn down at some point here and just really send it here with that, but I think we got to play smart, which is to play another Evangelist here and then one of these. Oh my gosh, can't catch a break here on the luck of the top deck. All right, we'll take you out. Can't have you floating around any longer.
Until next time, then.
Okay, let's close this game out next turn. That's the goal. That's the goal. Now, they got to be really careful about how many attackers they send our way if they're trying to flip that invasion, because we'll just return fire and end this game. We have 2 battle cries here. I like that. Oh man, my
Take
back.
no joy in the slaughter.
Pop it, but it's not popping. Oh man. All right, they get the 2/3 flyer. We got to remember that has lifelink. That could really take an account of what's going to happen here when we attack. But let's just do some quick math here, I guess. They can block here over the top. So 4, 8. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so hard to calculate. Man, do I just send it? Do I just send it? I feel like I do, because even the return fire should not be enough to get us here. I'm not counting, man. Screw counting all that up. I mean, we got what? 4, 8, 16 in the air. They can block 2 of it and gain 2 though. That's still 4, 8, 12 in the air. They gain 2. So if anything else creeps through, we win. Yeah, this should be good. You can't let that 4/2 get through. Yeah, there you go. Not that I want to help you out here or anything, but... Oh, you know what I just realized? I'm not very smart. I was gonna hold the counterspell to really kind of close this game out, but I actually could have just won the game had I played Elish Norn. They wouldn't have had enough mana to pay for all of the extra 2 damage that they were eating there. But that should do it. That should do it. Imagine the last card is a depopulate. That'd be crazy. All right, we win this one a little sloppy. Didn't feel like counting up the damage there and whatnot, and I could have probably won with Elish Norn, but good stuff. That'll do it for me today, guys. We'll be back again here tomorrow with another deck list for you. I hope you enjoyed this one. I am sad that we didn't get to do Elish Norn, you know, the pop off with the Elish Norn the way I wanted to, but I still think this deck is very good. The Convoke aspect, you know, basically taking the carbon copy of what Boris is trying to do and put it into Azorius, it kind of opens the doors for, you know, different types of things like that counter spell that we saw. It's really clutch in a lot of really strong places that, you know, you are typically going to get swept on or something. So it's just a nice card to have in the deck that I think honestly takes this to another level. The rest of the deck just being a very standard, very decent mono white token build that I've been seeing floating around. So pretty good deck overall, and I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did as well. And again, we'll be back again here tomorrow. And a huge shout out and thank you to not only everyone who made it this far, but specifically the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program on this channel. So huge shout out to everybody who supports me monetarily every single month. I really do appreciate that a lot. And it means the world to me, guys. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.